Hello, I'm Dr. Catherine Toomer, founder and CEO of Health, Wellness, and Weight Loss Centers. I'm a family physician who founded Health, Wellness, and Weight Loss Centers to counter the shame to change that we see so often in the weight loss space. And I want to talk tonight a little bit about an experience I just had, which threw me off a little bit. I got intimidated, which so rarely happens. I didn't know how to handle it. Usually, if things happen over and over again, you learn how to cope. And it's a coping mechanism I guess I haven't mastered because it just doesn't happen that often. And I wasn't intimidated because I felt lesser than. It was quite the opposite. I was impressed by. And I love being in spaces where I'm impressed by people, but it knocked me off my game. And as a result, I felt like I didn't perform in my best way. I didn't stick to my magic, the magic that makes me me, and that is my ability to explain things to people in a way that they understand, particularly complex medical issues, complex health issues, and it's particularly weight loss issues. I still feel like I held my own, but I didn't feel like I was my best. However, one of the things that came up in this discussion was giving ourselves grace. And it's so important, particularly in our health, wellness, and weight loss journey, because we so often criticize ourselves for not doing things perfectly. We criticize ourselves for not doing things exactly as we think they should be done, or not doing enough of something. And in criticizing ourselves, we change the hormonal environment of our body, and just that criticism alone is counterproductive to the process. It changes what our body, what food does inside of our body because of the stress hormones that are created. And so lots of the lessons that I learned today was that one, stick to what you know. And when you stick to what you know, then you're better able to maintain a process that serves you. It's the same for health. It's the same for wellness. It is the same for weight loss. If you go too far outside of your comfort zone, it makes it very difficult to stay there. And it makes it very difficult to maintain your process. And so when you make small changes, little incremental changes, you get to the point where you get far and you don't feel it. Think of it like this, and I know this is a little bit of a morbid story, but I always tell this. Frogs change their temperature, their body temperature, based on the environment around them. If you take a frog and you put it in boiling water, it will immediately try to jump out. However, if you put a frog in water and you slowly increase the temperature, it adjusts. You slowly increase it again, it adjusts. By the time the water boils, the frog had adjusted. Now, it doesn't jump out. However, okay, so you end up with a boiled frog. That's not the point. The point is that if you do things in small increments, you can get to where you need to go in a way that's not uncomfortable. But if you jump too far too fast, it is uncomfortable. And if you jump too far too fast, you don't recognize yourself once you've gotten there. And that's the process that's the point of any process. It's the point of my process, is that it is what I call MEMO or MEMO, depending on how you like to pronounce it. But essentially what it means is minimal effort for maximum outcome. And so what the way to do that is to stick to what you know. You're not to lose yourself in the process so much that you don't recognize yourself and no one else recognizes you around you, because what ends up happening, you either sabotage yourself or someone outside does. And so I just wanted to come on and say that processes can be intimidating, weight loss can be intimidating, and it is really important to stick to what you know, stay as close to what you know, and make small changes along the way. And you'll get the results you want, you'll get the results that you're happy with. But no matter what you do, give yourself grace. Compliment yourself for the wins, for the little things that you did, for the things you did well, and ignore the things you didn't do well. Because just by focusing on those things that you think you didn't do well, changes the overall outcome. So again, I'm Dr. Catherine Toomer, founder and CEO of health, wellness, and weight loss centers, where I help people maximize their health and wellness through weight loss and maximize their weight loss through very targeted health and wellness measures, which is what I did for myself when I lost 100 pounds, got off of insulin. I was an insulin dependent diabetic, got off it, and saved my life from my congestive heart failure related to pregnancy. So I say all that to say I had a wonderful evening. I allowed myself to feel something I don't normally do, and it happened. And now I'm doing something about it. All right. Have a good evening.